Welcome to This Day in Time. From May 5 to May 11th, 2025, we're diving into 7 monumental events that shaped our world. From a defiant stand in Mexico to the rise of artificial intelligence, this week's stories span war, tragedy, and innovation. Buckle up as we journey through history to uncover the moments that still echo today.
May 5, 1862, a day etched in Mexican history as Cinco de Mayo. Picture this. Mexico, battered by civil war and debt, faced an invasion by France, a global superpower under Napoleon III. The French army, 6,000, 8,000 strong, armed to the teeth, marched toward Mexico City, but first they had to take Puebla. Standing in their way was General Ignacio Zaragoza, with just 4,000, 5,000 troops, many untrained volunteers and indigenous fighters wielding machetes and old rifles. The odds were grim, but Zaragoza turned the terrain into an ally. He fortified 2 hilltop forts, Laredo and Guadalupe, and waited. The French attacked 3 times, each assault bloodier than the last. Rain turned the battlefield to mud, bogging down the invaders. Then, Mexican cavalry, led by a young Porfirio Diaz, later Mexico's president, charged, breaking French lines. The result? A stunning upset. 460 French dead, only 83 Mexican losses. Though France later returned and won, Puebla ignited national pride. Zaragoza wrote, "The national arms have been covered with glory." Cinco de Mayo became a celebration of resilience, a reminder that even the underdog can roar.
May 6, 1937, Lakehurst, New Jersey. The Hindenburg, a floating palace longer than 3 football fields, was the pinnacle of airship design until it became a fireball. Built to ferry passengers across the Atlantic in luxury, this German marvel relied on hydrogen gas, a ticking time bomb. Why not helium? The U.S., the main supplier, had embargoed it, leaving Germany no choice. As the Hindenburg approached its mooring mast after a smooth flight from Frankfurt, a spark, likely static electricity, ignited leaking hydrogen. In 34 seconds, flames devoured the airship. Of 97 aboard, 36 perished. 1 worker on the ground died too. Yet 62 survived, leaping from windows or riding the wreckage down. Radio reporter Herbert Morrison's voice trembled live on air. "Oh, the humanity!" The disaster, captured on film, killed the airship era overnight. Safety fears shifted the world to airplanes, proving that even the grandest dreams can crash and burn.
May 7, 1954. In a remote valley in Vietnam, the French Empire crumbled at Dien Bien Phu. France, desperate to keep Indochina, built a fortress to bait the Viet Minh into a fight they thought they'd win. General Navarre banked on air support and heavy guns. He underestimated General Von Nguyen Giap. The Viet Minh hauled artillery up steep mountains, by hand, bike, and sheer will, surrounding 13,000 French troops with 50,000 of their own. For 57 days, bombs rained, trenches closed in, and French morale broke. Monsoon mud swallowed their defenses. Viet Minh anti-aircraft guns downed supply planes. On May 7th, the white flag rose. France surrendered. Over 2,200 French died. 11,000 were marched to prison camps. Vietnam's victory stunned the world, toppling colonial dominoes across Asia and Africa. The Geneva Accords followed, splitting Vietnam and igniting decades of conflict. Dien Bien Phu proved empires could fall to determination.
May 8, 1945, VE Day. After 6 brutal years, World War II in Europe ended as Nazi Germany surrendered. From London to Moscow, joy erupted. Crowds danced in Paris. Churchill waved from Buckingham Palace. Times Square overflowed with revelers. Bells rang, tears fell, and soldiers, those who'd survived, hugged strangers. But the scars ran deep. 45-60 million dead, entire cities leveled, and the Holocaust's horrors laid bare. The Allies had paid in blood. D-Day, Stalingrad, countless battles. Even on VE Day, the Pacific War loomed, with Japan unbowed. Victory brought relief, but not peace. The Iron Curtain soon descended, splitting Europe between East and West, birthing the Cold War. VE Day was a bittersweet milestone. Humanity's endurance celebrated, its divisions foreshadowed.
May 9, 1960, a quiet revolution began. The FDA approved Anavid, the first birth control pill, handing women a key to freedom. Scientists Gregory Pincus and John Rock had cracked it. A tiny dose of hormones that stopped ovulation with near-perfect success. At first, it was marketed for menstrual issues, but women knew better. By 1965, 6.5 million Americans were on it. Unshackling sex from pregnancy. It fueled the sexual revolution, letting women delay motherhood for careers or education. Families shrank. Workforce demographics shifted. Not everyone cheered. The Catholics, Church condemned it. Early side effects, like blood clots, sparked lawsuits and refinements. Still, the pill rewrote society, empowering women to shape their futures. It wasn't just medicine. It was liberation in a bottle.
May 10, 1869, Promontory Summit, Utah. A golden spike linked America's coasts by rail, binding a nation still healing from Civil War. The Transcontinental Railroad, built by the Union and Central Pacific, was a Herculean task. Irish immigrants blasted tunnels. Chinese workers carved paths through the Sierra Nevada, losing over 1,000 lives to avalanches and explosions. When that spike hit, a telegram flashed nationwide. Done. Travel shrank from 6 months to 6 days. Goods flowed, cotton east, machinery west, jump-starting the economy. Settlers poured into native lands, often with devastating consequences. The railroad wasn't just steel, it was sacrifice and ambition. It stitched a fractured country together, proving progress could rise from sweat and tragedy.
May 11th, 1997, New York City. A machine outwitted a genius. IBM's Deep Blue beat chess legend Garry Kasparov in a 6-game match, the first time a computer toppled a world champion under tournament rules. Deep Blue wasn't human. It was raw power, crunching 200 million moves per second. Kasparov, a master of intuition, faced an unblinking foe. In Game 6, he cracked, resigning after 19 moves, shaken by a machine that didn't sweat or doubt. The world watched, awestruck and uneasy. Was this the future? Kasparov called it a psychological war, later praising AI's potential. Deep Blue's win wasn't just a chess victory, it was a signal. Machines could challenge humanity's throne, hinting at the AI age to come.
That's our week, May 5th to 11, a tapestry of human grit, loss, and breakthroughs. From Puebla's muddy fields to Deep Blue's cold circuits, these stories remind us how history turns on single days. Which moved you most? Drop it in the comments, hit like, and subscribe to This Day in Time for more.